This is getting weary on the legs, straight uphill. From the hydro corridor, I've soaked my my shoes up to my knees. It was a wetland in there. We are portaging the canoe along Eastport Drive. This thing weighs a ton. I'm Jon Wells and I write for the Hamilton Spectator. I've covered a variety of stories in the past, worked on a number of different special projects, but Jon's journey was a first for me, a 70-kilometer, 5-day circumnavigation of the city of Hamilton by canoe, shoe, and bicycle. The idea of Jon's journey was to see what Hamilton has to offer in terms of its natural beauty, but also to explore how the natural city coexists with people and development. I started the journey where the explorer LaSalle had first landed, on the shores of the overgrown sandbar known as the Beach Strip. Spectator photographer Barry Gray and I would travel by canoe, just as LaSalle had. We put in near the Canada Centre for Inland Waters off the strip, in rough water, the wind howling. I wasn't sure we would make any progress at all, but we made it to the Burlington coastline and out of the wind. But the sun is out, the wind's blowing, my shoulder is sore already, but we're doing okay. From there we canoed into Cootes Paradise and Spencer Creek into Dundas. It was a great experience seeing turtles sunning themselves in Willow Cove, swans nesting in Cootes, the placid calm of Spencer Creek. In the Desjardins Canal now, we've passed through Cootes Paradise. we're still in Cootes Paradise, but this is the canal section. It's very, very quiet and peaceful in here. I did not know what to expect from the trip, was not even sure that I would enjoy it, but in fact, it was not only a great education, it was inspiring to experience what Hamilton has to offer. On day 2, I hiked solo through Dundas on the TH&B rail trail and into the Dundas Valley Conservation Area and the Bruce Trail, an area of staggering beauty, Carolinian forests, moss-covered stone, steep drop-offs, Sherman and Tiffany Falls. This is the site of the Hermitage ruins, the old mansion, where some say there are ghosts here. A very brief break along the Bruce Trail after visiting Sherman Falls and standing under the falls there. I got down to my shorts and went in. It was an incredible experience. The water's powerful and cold. It sort of takes the breath away. And now we're just below Wilson Street now. You can hear the traffic up above the retaining wall there. So this is getting weary on the legs, straight uphill from near Tiffany Falls, continuing the Bruce Trail, working our way back up towards Filman Road in Ancaster. And after walking from Spencer Creek through the rail trail in the Dundas Valley and Bruce Trail that we continue on, it's a bit of a grind. Then it was across the pedestrian bridge that crosses the 403 highway into Iroquois Heights and south, not taking the postcard route. And now I'm trying to progress through this hydro corridor. I'm not exactly sure how far this goes along. Before long I need to get on my bike. And the terrain here is nasty. Just all very soggy and wet along the way. Not a very hiker-friendly spot here. I miss my canoe, I miss my my Bruce Trail. I'm going to keep walking down here and find a place to cut out and wire the office for some sandals when I continue the route on bike. By canoe, shoe, and now bike, Jon's journey continues on Dickinson Road across the top of the mountain. Just watched a plane land behind me, riding along on the bike, and on Jon's journey. This is the future of the Hamilton frontier. The wide open spaces here, farmland that's going to be developed, likely light industrial for the Aerotropolis. And the farmers aren't too happy about that, but this is the future it looks like for this frontier. From there, north on the Chippewa Rail Trail, across the bridge, and crossing the Lincoln-Alexander Expressway. Was all Red Hill Valley, a place where it's hard to imagine there's an expressway running through it at the top, where forests and Albion Falls still dominate, but where, at the northern end, the expressway is front and center. You're looking at an expressway. It's actually well beyond the trees there, but you can hear the traffic, steady flow traffic. That sounds actually fairly similar to the steady flow of water coming down Albion Falls through the other way. For part of the Red Hill Valley Trail, the main trail, you can hear the traffic on the expressway in the distance. That's not the case here, where you have the creek running down here from Albion Falls in the distance. And the tricky thing about the Red Hill Trail here is oftentimes you come to little forks in the road here where the main trail diverges with a side trail, and I've learned through experience now that always try to stick on the main route. The side trails will take you to interesting places perhaps, but you might find your way lost coming off the main trail because there are no signs indicating it is the main trail. But the trip showed that the city is not without its continued challenges when it comes to preserving and bringing back its natural attributes. Cleaning up areas of the East Harbor such as Windermere Basin, ensuring that natural corridors and trails are built into the southern frontier of the city as it develops. We finished on day 5 putting in our canoe in the Red Hill Creek and into the East Harbor, but not before portaging across Eastport Drive when we got stuck at an overpass. We are now on Red Hill Creek, coming down a section of the creek here that few people ever bring canoes because we're going to be approaching the East Harbor. There's the QEW Bridge and the traffic blowing by. We started back that way. Started back that way, and now we're coming up the creek. And pretty soon we'll be going right underneath the Burlington Street overpass as we approach Windermere Basin. The water's calm. Hear a lot of birds chirping, and a lot of trucks blasting by as well. We have another road to go underneath up here. Hopefully it's not too low. So this is Woodward Street here that goes to Beach Boulevard, and it's looking to be a pretty tight squeeze to get underneath here to get into Windermere Basin and the East Harbor. And I'm about to hit my head, so we'll pause this for a second and see if we can meet you on the other side. We are portaging the canoe along Eastport Drive. This thing weighs a ton. We got stuck at the Woodward Ave the Woodward Ave overpass. It was too low with the high waters to get underneath. So we're trying to find a route back into the harbor. We've come across the the East Harbor after an adventuresome portage, and made our way around now to the Skyway. You can see the lift bridge in the distance. There's land ho, baby! We have come all the way through the Burlington Canal under the Skyway, and there was a boat's wake we had to contend with. It was tough paddling through the canal itself, and then coming out around the corner and back into shore through the lake. Some pretty vigorous paddling as well. And we finished the way we started with some pretty tough paddling through the harbor and the lake, but feels good. Feels good to have finished the journey.